inspire, empower. Grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you, 'cause real women don't bitch. No, real women don't. 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 Real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, August Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because mental muscle is necessary for implementing successful business strategies. It's time to learn how to beat your business no matter what life throws at you. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we discuss the BS we face on a day-to-day basis. Oh shit, y'all. This episode is about to be kind of intense. I called it barely hanging on the ropes. And I'm going to give you the metaphor that this came from. It's about like boxers. You know how when they got pulverized and they get knocked down and they need to stand up before the 10 count. And some of them can barely get up. And the only way they can is by holding on to the ropes. And so I want to talk to you guys about the spirit of defeat. Temporary failure versus permanent defeat. I want to talk to you all about struggle and perseverance and seeing yourself as something greater than what you are. So I'm going to be sharing something really fucking personal with you guys. But you know me, I'm really fucking vulnerable. So I have this fitness coach, right? And I absolutely adore her. And I've been slaying it. I feel good, y'all. I was 248 pounds when I started working with her. And at the time that I'm recording this podcast, I am 228 strong. I can see it in my body. I can see it in my face. I can feel it in my fluidity. And for the first time in my life, I didn't just barely lose 5 or 10 and get stuck. I am steadily losing and inches are coming off. And I am beginning to feel proud of how I look. But this journey hasn't been easy at all. And so here I am. It seems like everything is going right. I have an amazing tribe that I've built. I'm a part of a powerful mastermind. Everything just feels so great. I'm making money in my business. I've moved into a new home. I like my new vehicle. And something's got to go wrong, right? It's not that we speak ill upon our lives, but everything can't just go great. So I don't know about you all, but for me, my weight has always been an issue. And for you, it's something else. And making more money in my business provided me the ability to be able to hire a coach to help me. Now, for some of you, what I'm going to say is you think it's cheap, and some of you might be like flabbergasted. But I pay a fitness coach $1,000 a month to be in her program. And I'm about to re-up to stay in it. So, you want to believe that you know the right answer, right? That's how it is for some of you all in business. All I got to do is just build an email list. All I got to do is just create a product. All I got to do is just show up online. All I got to do is just these little bullet points. But then when it's time for you to write your copy and to show up consistently, you find all of these excuses. And at some point, the battle comes and you realize that the excuses aren't as valid as you think. And part of you wants to fight and come and rise above it. Or if you're finally posting and doing what you're supposed to do, you got to get better at selling. You need to raise your prices, right? It's not that we don't know what to do. I love our ancestors, but I am a firm believer of the saying, when you know better, you do better. It's not true, because a lot of us know a lot of shit and we don't do it. So I gave you the example with entrepreneurship. Now let me bring it back to my weight. So I'm slaying it, and I finally get to this point where I can feel typical tension building in my home. There's a repeat pattern that happens in my home with me and my husband. Now, those gory details I won't give you, but I'm far from a perfect marriage. And whenever this happens, I realized that there's a huge emotional trigger that occurs and I go off my regimen. And so I was slaying it in the beginning. That isn't what was getting me. Other stuff was coming up against me and I was finding a fight and crying through shit. But finally we had a major explosion and I left this saddest message with my coach. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. You know, I thank you. I've never lost this much weight. You've been beautiful. I appreciate you. I gotta quit. I already, you know, I'm mad. I'm angry. I got the ugly cry. I ain't never think I'd stay with no nigga for no kids. And, you know, but maybe I, you know, I should just for a little bit longer, or I should divorce him. I mean, I'm just, you know how you get to that place where you just so fucking tired and fed up. And being the woman that she is, you know, she reached out to me and she was like, please, you know, you're upset, you're in crisis. Don't make any rash decisions. And whatever you do, will you please still come to your session? So I go to my session and I break down and I just cry. I mean, have you ever wanted something so bad and started it, your business, hint, hint, and things were actually good and they were working? And then it just seems like everything just kept falling apart and nothing was working and you kept on trying. But then you kind of also knew that you were guilty for not putting your all in it. And you still wish that like maybe God would show you some grace and you just luck up on a sale or something. And maybe that things would work out and it didn't. And you would just feel like fucking quitting because you feel stupid. That's what a lot of women tell me when I coach them and things don't go the way they want them to go. They say, I feel stupid. And I have to remind them, Queen, you're not stupid. You didn't know this. I'm like, I went and got a whole fucking bachelor's degree. Do you know they never taught me the most important thing about running a business? And that's how to fucking sell. No fucking way was I going back for a master's when you weren't giving me the basic fundamentals to make sure I at least could keep the fucking revenue coming in. You giving me this high level cloud vision of marketing, not the on the ground grassroots effective strategies. And they damn sure didn't teach me nothing about social media. And so I have to give him the pep talk. I have to show him some grace and I have to tell him you're learning something new and it's uncomfortable. And even if I've given you strategy, there are adjustments that you have to make. Well, I didn't call myself stupid, but I looked at my coach and I'm like, why am I allowing this shit to bother me so much that it's taking me off my regimen? I'm like, I did still work out, but now I'm not eating. Before I was, I was eating, but I wouldn't work out. And, I'm the bottom line is I'm just not staying fully committed. And I feel so fucking weak. And I'm like crying because the idea of being weak and not being strong for once in my life and not accomplishing what I desired, knowing that I'm supposed to be in control and I can't blame him no matter what the fuck happened. Y'all, it's killing me. And she looked at me and she was like, you think you're weak. She said, but I see before me a very strong woman because you're still fighting. Yeah, you didn't do this, but you did that. And success is not a straight line. It's, wriggly and da-da-da-da-da. And she's like, I don't expect people to just only lose weight. And if you go back a pound or two and then go down, that's normal. She like, you ain't my first client. And this ain't something I ain't never seen before. And even though what she was saying sounded right and it was so soothing to my soul, which made more tears fall from my eyes, I found myself still just looking at how weak I was. And I ended up basically adding to what she said and giving myself a pep talk. I was like, man, this feel like the fucking Rocky movie when he was fighting the Russian. And he just getting pulverized by this dude. I said, I feel like I've been knocked clean the fuck out, knocked down. And I didn't came to before the 10 count. But it really fucking sucks that I can't just stand up on my own 2 feet. I feel like I'm struggling and I'm holding on the ropes to get up. And I'm just praying that I could have that moment like Rocky does in the movies where right before he gets all the way fucked up, somehow, some way he finds that last bit of belief in himself and gives it all he's got and wins the fight, I'm like, I know that's what I gotta do. Y'all, I'm telling you, the ideal of that and seeing that scene and feeling weak, all of a sudden, I was like, wait a minute. You're right. But I'm getting back up. Hanging on to the ropes or not, I'm not laying flat down on the mat, busted and disgusted. I'm here to tell y'all that sometimes the only thing you got is the fact that you know that you're getting back up. See, we get knocked down, but we don't get knocked out. As Donnie McClurkin said, we fall down, but we get up. And the Bible says that a righteous man can get knocked down 7 times, but what you gonna do? You gonna get up 8. Of course, August paraphrase. We can get knocked down, but we don't stay down. And I love it in Ecclesiastes when it says that 2 are better than 1, because 2 have a greater reward for their labor together. But if 1 is down, the other one can pick somebody up. And I'm telling you guys, that's what I do as a coach. I look at women go through some of the most grueling shit because it's not strategy. It's never 1, 2, 3. It doesn't make a difference if you're working on making more money in your business, you're working on being a better parent, losing weight, managing your finances, working through shit in your marriage. It's not going to be a crystal stare, and knowing what to do versus dealing with all of your fucking demons from past abuses, past experiences, unfortunately, a lack of personal development being taught to us in our childhood. Come on now. I didn't know what the fuck personal development was until I started working with a damn MLM company. You know what I mean? So listen, I don't know where you're at in this stage of the game. All I know is that I was able to recalibrate. I went in the park. I sat in the sun. I got in nature. And of course, we had some game plans and some strategies for me to implement. And I got that next bit of fight in me. And when she offered me to re-up and the contract ain't even over yet, I'm like, oh, hell yeah. I'm going another round. And she was like, great. She was like, because if you stop when the program is over, you're going to gain all the weight you lost back because you are so emotionally erratic right now. You still haven't basically recalibrated. I'm using my own word to be the woman that has that consistent muscle and has healed. You guys, you're not understanding. It's the same thing in your business. You're so busy trying to look at all the shit you're doing and check shit off a list. Woman, it's you. And no, you're not weak. You're not stupid. You're not fucked up. It's nothing wrong with you, but you do have to embrace change. The discomfort, the battle of fighting your damn self is real. So whatever area in your life that you're dealing with that with, I'm going to encourage you, go get a fucking coach. And yes, if it happens to be with business and you're tuning in to Real Women Don't Bitch, when it comes to mindset for my women in business, I'm the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist, baby. You go to workwithaugust.com and you get that case study and then you get on a call with me. But if it is something else, somebody else, a therapist or whatever, don't shortchange yourself. Because here's one other thing that she said to me that's really important. She said, you're right, August. The things that your husband said and the things that he did, they're not fair. She's like, and I hate to say it to you, you don't sound like you have a bad marriage, but you are in a normal marriage. The stuff that, we just say our vows, we say for better or worse, but nobody really talks to us about what the worst looks like sometimes. She said, but he's unfair to you, but you're unfair to you. Look at how you are treating you. And so every time you give up, you speak negatively against yourself, you start believing false narratives about why your success is being impeded, you are inconsistent, and you don't stick to the script that you wrote, You know, the script that the divine showed you was yours. Whatever the shit is that's happening in your life where you feel like you're a victim or it's unfair or you're being mistreated, you are equally victimizing yourself, mistreating yourself, and making sure that you don't see what you need to see happen. So get the queen. So somebody get the help. I said, get the queen. But that may be a queen that's going to be helping you to call you out on your shit and set it straight. So I hope sharing a piece of my story helped you. It's not strategy. It's overcoming and conquering the old you, because the new you and the old you cannot exist. And if you're ready for that change, like I said, go to workwithaugust.com. And in the meantime, and in between time, I love you all, and I will see you next week. Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is, real women don't bitch, we get shit done. See you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomen.don't bitch.podcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless, signing out. Deuces!
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher, unlock the fire.